Hello Virgo, welcome to your April 2020 overview reading. This is good for you if you're a Sun, Moon, or Rising Virgo. And before we get started, take a moment to subscribe to this channel if you haven't already. If you would like to work with me, take one of my classes, or check out all of the other stuff that I have to offer, check out the links in the description box and all of the info in there. Sign up for my newsletter if you want a free dealing with family meditation, and to stay up to date, you'll get readings sent to your inbox every Sunday. And without further ado, I'm gonna lay this out and then we will get started. Okay, let's start with your oracle cards. First thing coming up, Anna, grandmother of Jesus, seeding the light, laying foundations, divine plan. Okay, so take April as a month to prepare, plant seeds, energetically speaking. So remember, when we're thinking about this like a divine plan and laying foundations, for many of you, this is going to show up as an energetic work that's being done. So it's not just about the literal action that you're taking. Of course, many of you are going to be operating within new restrictions at this time and during the month of April, which I think is something that many of us are doing collectively. So that's completely okay. For some of you, this might just be practical taking action. For others of you, this is going to be more of the energetic work, energetic maintenance, energetic planting seeds that are happening, which you're going to see grow and develop later on. Then we have staying alive. Okay, so if you're having bodily fear, let this be a reminder that you're supported. I think this is kind of like having a sense of humor about what's going on right now. At least the cards are being playful. So enjoy this energetic gift right here for those of you who might be having anxiety. And then we have friction. Receive the gift in the conflict. Empathize with an opposing viewpoint. Remember that when rough edges or rough surfaces rub together enough, the final result is smoother. You know, friction, the Five of Wands, is my favorite card in tarot, so I'm not opposed to friction and conflict at all. It's a time where we can really grow, learn, evolve, and experience major shifts. Now, let me explain how this reading works. The bottom row is what's supporting you in April. The middle row is your direct guidance, and the top is the outcome of the month. So what you have supporting you, the Devil. Okay, so this is actually looking like pleasure. This is more of like fun, play, doing things that you might not normally do, or indulging in things that you might not normally indulge in. Kind of like having fun with that part of yourself right now. So play around with this energy, because I don't think it's like bad or dark or bad habits. Remember, this is supporting you. So whatever it is that you've been wanting to do, or maybe you are treating yourself in a way that you wouldn't normally, it just seems like that is really what's being supportive, is the pleasure piece, like still entertaining yourself, enjoying the spice of life, enjoying what you have going on. And then we also have death. Okay, so this is you waking up to potentially desires, things that haven't been tended to, stuff that you haven't addressed. I mean, all of the stuff that's kind of been hanging out in the closet that hasn't been tended to. It's like now you're actually going to get to process that. And a lot of revelations are going to come through this month as well. So stay prepared for that. Expect yourself to have big mental breakthroughs and to be able to see where you're heading and where you're going as a result in terms of the energetics and kind of your next steps moving forward. It seems like you're going to be getting a lot of clarity on that in the month of April, and that's going to give you something to grab onto. And we have the Sun. Play, play, play. That is seriously what keeps coming up. Between the Devil and the Sun, I'm just getting play is going to be your best friend. enjoy yourself, have a good time as much as you can with whatever circumstances you have going on, right? We want that to always be something that we keep in the back of our mind, is how can I make this more enjoyable, more fun, more pleasurable for myself, just so that I feel my absolute best. And I think that if you focus on these things, and for you, I think that going exclusively into work mode might not make you feel your absolute best in April. It's kind of like, have fun, play with this energy that you have going on right now, and let that be what kind of carries you throughout the month. Now, this is the direct action, the direct guidance for you. We have the Queen of Wands. So you've got the power, you've got the fire, you've got the energy to get things done and make things happen. That's not an issue at all. Keep showing up as yourself. Like, the Queen of Wands is really good at just being true to herself and being authentic. So that is going to be the best path forward, is just be true to yourself. Allow your whole self to shine through, as cliche as that sounds. And then we have the Hermit. So the good news about this is that, one, it is the reality for many of us needing to stay inside, just feel into the security within yourself, but it's also the idea of access your light, your support, your connection to God, universe, divine source. That's going to be an important tool for you right now. So taking plenty of Hermit energy, go into meditation, go into the quiet meditative activities. Okay, so I'm going to clarify this for you. Queen of Swords. Okay, so the main thing that I'm getting here is that for some reason, I think there's an energy of you really being in your element, in your flow, because the Queen of Wands and the Queen of Swords is a lot of mastery energy. Like, oh yeah, we've been there, done that. We know how to do this. We know how to work with this. And so I think that's like the gift moving forward in April. That's the direct action, is to trust yourself with however you're approaching the energy that feels most aligned. And don't forget to do the internal energetic piece, which is the Hermit, so that you can plant the energetic seeds that you want to grow later on. So don't shy away from that. Don't hide from that. Let yourself use this in the month of April. So it's kind of like play big energetically in the next month, and you might be surprised by what comes through. I cannot emphasize meditation enough, especially if you're focusing on manifestation. Then you need to do that internally and go heavy on that. The outcome of the month for you is the Hanged Man. Oh man. Okay, so this is the third sign that I've pulled for this being the outcome. I'm going to clarify this and see what else is coming through. Three of Hearts. So this is Three of Cups in a normal deck. A lot of what you're doing here is going to extend into May. And I think that's true for many of us, just collectively. This is going to leak into May. So a lot of things could shift, but the Hanged Man is kind of like a stalling out, a slowdown. So I see that as extending into the next month. We'll see with the timeline. Of course, it doesn't mean that things aren't moving. That's not what it means. It's just about the idea of restrictions and constraints, or like a divine pause, is what the Hanged Man represents. Like, even if let's say you've been needing a pause, or collectively we've been needing a pause. And so that's what the Hanged Man does, is it says, okay, let's level the playing field. Let's get back to basics. And I see this as whatever you have going on in your connections, in your relationships, in your communities, whether that be online or however you're kind of moving through life right now. it seems that this is just showing you that there's going to be an extension of that into May, and to prioritize the relationships, connection, and sense of community in your life right now, that's going to be really helpful. And I think that there's part of that that's one for you, magnetizing the right things, the right connections, the right opportunities. And then the second piece of that is going to be you modeling and sharing what you need to at this time, whatever's of the highest good for you to model, right? So this is true, like if you're a parent needing to model for your kids. This is true if you do have a big community, you know, needing to model for the people who are in that community, so on and so forth. So it extends beyond just doing it for yourself. It leaks into everything else. Now let's get into the timeline. So the first quarter of April, we have the Queen of Cups. This is ultra nourishing, ultra fill my cup energy, and prioritize that. So this looks good. This just looks like exactly what you want to be doing, restoring, recharging, honoring the emotions that are coming up. And a lot of this energy has carried through multiple signs. The second quarter, we have the Knight of Pentacles. So I think you are a bit more practically focused during this second quarter. I think it starts as I need to fill my cup more, or maybe sleep a little bit more, or give more energy to myself. This is like self-care queen. Knight of Pentacles is, okay, now I'm going to plant these seeds, I'm going to do this work, I'm going to do these tasks. So you shift into being task focused in this second quarter. So I think you're going to see a big boost in productivity in the second quarter of April. Third quarter, we have Temperance, so balance, things coming into equilibrium, and you finding a flow. I think that, as I mentioned before, the energy of this, what you're doing now, is going to extend beyond April and into May. And there's a lot of the work that you're doing, the realizations that you're having, the play that is supportive, or the indulgence that's really supportive to you in the month of April, is going to be something that continues to extend. And the Temperance card is just reminding you that finding your ebb and flow, finding your natural rhythm and cycles at this time is something that is going to continue to be supportive as you go through the month. And however long we have this collective shakeup, it seems like you're really finding your flow in April. And then the fourth quarter, we have the Eight of Cups. So it's kind of like you're just fully prepared for the journey, because this is definitely like just continuing down the path is the main thing that's sticking out about this card more than anything else. So I just see this as you're not really skipping a beat. Like there isn't anything that's actually stalled out for you. You're just finding your flow, finding your rhythm, and continuing moving. Like you're not actually stalling anything out in April. So if you have felt as though things are getting really heavily put on pause for you, I would reevaluate that. That doesn't seem to be the case based on this card. It's like there's still a lot of movement happening. You just need to be heavy-handed with the energetics in April. And I think that's what's going to be the game changer for you. If you can't take action outside of yourself or outside of just the practical things, then you need to do the internal work instead. That's a better place for you to direct your energy. Okay, let's pull a card, or do a 3-card pick. You're welcome to ask a question, ask for guidance, clarity, whatever you need. Pause the video if you need more time. Card number 1, we have the 6 of Wands. See, this is victory, celebration. This is a big fat yes card. Like, yep, keep going, keep moving. It's like victory is yours. So this is just an energetic yes, an energetic alignment card. So keep going, keep moving, keep doing your thing. Card number 2, we have the 9 of Wands. So it's kind of like if you were trying really hard to move things really quickly and then you felt like, well, now there's all these speed bumps, just kind of look at it as needing to continue maintenance of your energy, and the hiccups or the speed bumps or whatever is presenting itself at this time is just a part of your growth and evolution. It's not anything more than that. It's a learning experience. So that looks good. It's just kind of like you may be experiencing a blessing, kind of like with the Hanged Man, where it's like, okay, if you need a pause and you're just not taking it, the Hanged Man will initiate it for you. The Nine of Wands is similar. Like if you're heading towards burnout and overwhelm and you don't stop, and then all of a sudden you find a few bugs in your system or in your process, then it's going to help you shake those out so you can keep going. And then card number 3, we have the Two of Pentacles. Make decisions that are from a place of alignment. That's the main thing, right? Especially collectively, I think many people are making choices out of fear at all times, but you can flip these things around and make them decisions that are in alignment. So really get clear on your energy, the energy that you're putting into things, because that's actually what's going to make you magnetic. If you're doing things out of fear, like for example, if you're grocery shopping out of fear, that's not going to feel good. That's not going to make you a magnet for the things you want. If you're grocery shopping out of love, support, and nourishment and alignment, that's going to make a big difference. Then you're going to magnetize feelings of support, alignment, nourishment. Get it? So that's the easiest way I can do it, or easiest way I can explain it. So I would just ask yourself, what is the energy that I'm bringing into the activity? It's less about the activity and more about how you're approaching it. And that's going to be what makes the biggest difference. Thank you so much for joining me today, everybody. It has been a pleasure as always. And if you would like to work with me one-on-one, go to onyxhealing.com. Check me out on Instagram at onyxhealing for more content from me. You can check out my podcast. I post some of the episodes on YouTube as well. You may have already seen that. And as always, stay in touch, get on my newsletter, go to the link in the description box, or you can check out all of the different offers that I have down below, as well as all of the decks that I've used in this video. For those of you who are interested in classes, you are more than welcome to join one of the classes that I have. They are open and available, so you can check that out as well. And I will see you all next time. Have a beautiful April, everybody. Bye-bye.